Hello, beautiful people and fellow whiners, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2 wine about with your hostess, Miss Siobhan Camille. Hello.
Anti-A Michelle. La, 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 la.
Where sips get real and we wine while we wine about life, relationships, culture, and so much more. It is this here fourth Wednesday, which is, y'all know, for the culture, normally. And we're going to talk about, we haven't done our journey to fitness. If y'all don't remember, that was our every fifth Wednesday, and we just decided, y'all, it was too much for our schedule. But fitness is important, and health is important, and we want to talk to y'all for the culture about fitness. We're just gonna have a little quick rap session about what we've been up to, health, life, all of that. We like halfway through the year, and I think we should just talk about that, especially, it's the summer and people don't eat right. Nutrition goes out the door.
Out the door. It's so much stuff during the summertime. I think by the summertime, people have given up on their goals because this beach gonna get whatever body I got. Speaking for self, okay? Hello.
I am her. She is me. Hello, I'm here too.
Yeah, we are the same. All right. Yeah. So I definitely understand that part.
So grab a glass of your favorite red, whites, rosé, Pinot de Agua, and join us on the couch. And come on over to YouTube, y'all. If you're listening, just put up that ALS 2W.
Stop what you're doing.
And come on over to the U of the tube. Subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe. Just comment before we even get started. Say something about, hair, nails, background.
I'm fat and I know it. I'm fat, sexy, and I know it. Like all that. Whatever you feeling about yourself and your wealth and your health. Here on this YouTube bitch of the internet. Hey y'all. I hope y'all have a productive week. I feel like this week for me has been productive. It was like at the beginning part of the week, I was like, okay, I gotta be. Starting from this past weekend was Father's Day weekend. So I felt like, I was so like, gotta get this, I got it done. Father's Day weekend was a huge success. The children planned it. It was excellent. Hopefully the husband at least enjoyed it, that the children took the effort and blah, 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 and all that. Going straight into the work week, and then today was my first day where it was just like, nothing really going on, but I did have some other things that I had to do. And so I was in my organizational bag today, like declutter, like pack stuff up, like I was in that. So I'm tired, like physically tired, like my body is like, girl, what are you doing? But mentally I'm okay. I'm just physically tired. So I hope y'all per week has been productive. Needless to say, that's what all of that rainbow is for. Y'all know this is the part of the show where we have our popping grapes experience. That's where we introduce the wines that we will be drinking for this here episode. If you're new, I have been on a hiatus from drinking wine a bit, and only drinking it for our wine outs, which you can catch every last Saturday of the month at 3 p.m. So until then, that's when you will see all 3 of the Rieslings that I have chosen, and I will be highly intoxicated, just to let you know. So make sure you join in for all of the intoxication and randomness that's included in that. But that's my story. Siobhan does have a popping grapes experience, so I'm gonna just let her get right on into that and let us know what your popping grapes experience is going to be today, to say.
So as y'all know, as she said, it's Riesling. We're doing this Riesling in June. And actually, I feel like, yeah, by the time this episode comes out, we'd have already had the wine out, because the wine out is coming Saturday the 24th. So if y'all want to see all of these wines, just go find the June wine out and you'll see all of them. But anyway, this is by Barefoot. It says refreshingly sweet. So it is a sweet Riesling. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. There's stuff on the back. We'll get to it later. I just want to pour this because I've had a stressful day, man.
Oh no.
Kids are home from school. I'm trying to catch someone that's about to go into the 6th grade, but is really not prepared for the 6th grade. And it was just, today was not a good day for him. So it was not a good day for me and for us. And that's it.
I've seen better days. Like that's what came to my head. Sorry, y'all. But no, I understand it. Completely. Children are children, and their parents are their parents. Period. Pooh. Y'all, y'all. If I tell y'all the story that has happened just this last week alone, you would be like, wait a minute, what? Oh God, some of these adults, y'all. I know adults in this ghetto, but we got to do it. So I need for us to put our best foot forward. And if this is your best foot, then I need you to step off, step back, and take a back seat, or fix it. I don't know. Pray about it. Fix it, Jesus. Baptize, exorcism. I don't know. Do something because this
step a little better then, if that's the case. Step a little better.
Look, yeah, step better, step over, step with, step under. I don't care. Like just move, get out the way. Like that's how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do something, you know. But I'm sorry. That was a lot. But anyway, so this journey here to fitness is trash. Okay? I'm gonna just say, let you know right now. Because I was going to the gym. I was doing the workouts. Go back. I signed up for this new program and was like, this is just nothing else is going to keep me accountable. That was the whole reason why I signed up for this program. That was the only reason, honestly, because I was like, you know what? At least I'll have somebody to answer to. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I was fully mentally there.
How long was the program?
It was 4 weeks, so it's supposed to be a month. And then with Fit Church being my first program, like ever having to do anything, trying to lose any type of weight, I went into that trying to have a clean slate, like an open mind. And it didn't give me the strictness that I was looking for. Mm-hmm. But I was like, well, maybe this will give me the opportunity because you're an adult. Like, you shouldn't have to be that strict. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but I did have some accountability. And I will say that first week I tried. I was like, I don't know. And the coach came in and was like, hey, how are you? Like, really reached out, touch bases, what's going on? Well, this is what I need you to do. And I was like, okay, got myself together. That second week, I was in it, y'all. I was moving, and girl, my body was aching in the places. And if y'all synced it on the videos, you saw it, like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I had started the one thing already, like cutting it down to just one. Like, I was like, okay, and I'm focused. And then the next week came. And for some reason, my dear old lovely birth control, I feel like they gave me some dupes. Wasn't working. So I experienced a whole menstrual cycle, which I ain't had in like 2 years. So like the whole, what the hey, everything just went out the door. But I did push through because that was a whole weekend. And I was like, what the hey? Like, I ended up washing clothes twice in one weekend. Crazy. Like crazy. So I was like, okay, it's fine. Push through, did that. About halfway through that third week, I was just like, this is stupid. You know what? This here trip is about to get whatever. Saggy boobies, rolls, cellulite, wave back. I got to give. Because I'm not feeling it. Like, yo, like, I'm not feeling this journey. And I know we go through ups and downs. This must be a down. Because I'm not feeling it. And I'm not feeling it because I don't know.
But I feel like the thing is, can we acknowledge though, as women, and I need men to acknowledge this as well, because a lot of men that personal train and fitness train women, just the menstrual cycle, it really impacts your physical and what you can do, what you can't do. And I know a lot of dudes like tell women, oh, it's a mental thing. And perhaps, but you can't control all your mental. You can't necessarily control when you cry. If somebody punches you in the face, it hurts. You don't control what makes you hurt. You really don't. Like, some people can put their hand on something hot and lasts for 5 minutes. Other people like, nope, we done. Everybody's pain tolerance is different, and that goes to menstruation. Everybody's ability for those 28 days to those 64 days, if you like me, depending on what your cycle is, you have the times where you can't. And I literally saw this on something. It was a whole article that a female doctor wrote about that, about how, for some women, just getting up during the bleeding portion of the menstrual cycle is rough enough. And then to put for them, so they're not going to the gym that week. I'm not going to the gym. And that's probably why I think the other thing that people don't take into account, why it is harder for women to lose weight and stay on a fitness plan, because that thing, listen, the red devil comes in and she is
when
like,
it won't to.
And will sit you down. A lot of women will sit down. If you are the type of woman that you can go, or girl, because you can be younger ladies that might be listening to this one, that can go through and do all of that and it doesn't affect you and it doesn't impact you, you can do it. That was me in high school. That was me in college. That was me in middle. That was me as a younger female, because I'm bleeding heavy, but I'm still doing it. I can still dance. I still got to do this. I still got to do this. But when you add on the stress and pressures of a job, kids, adulting, just hormone changes with age, stuff just happens, bodily changes with age, it's a whole nother thing. It's all of these things to just try to get up sometimes. And especially because I didn't start cramps until like my 20s. And I remember my first cramp set, I said, what in the good Lord's name is this shit?
Yeah, I didn't experience most of this stuff. Like, for those who know, you do know I do have endometriosis, adenomyosis, and PCOS. I know it's a lot. I didn't start experiencing this until after I had my son. So before this, and then it wasn't even like directly after, it was like he was like 5, 6. And then now, knowing what I know now, is I did have certain things prior to, they just did not affect me in the manner it grew into what it is now. And one thing triggered another, which triggered another. So It was just like, oh, okay. And as you get older, like you said, your body does this natural change. You start feeling different things, and needless to say, so like this thing back is waving back, y'all. It's like, hey, I didn't have those. I had my arms look like Angela Bassett. Okay. Like to the point where I hated my arms because I thought I looked like a man.
Man, that was me. I hated my arms because
now, please give me my arms back. I gotta find my way back. Like that's where I'm at. But I knew half of you almost 40. Not that it's impossible, but the amount of discipline that would take, do you actually have, and I'm gonna be in all honesty, the time for in real life? Do you act, not that you don't have the discipline, because you can buckle down and get the discipline too, but do you actually have the time for it? The one thing COVID did teach us is to pay more attention to our health, pay more attention to what we're intaking, what we're putting out, make sure we are putting out what we need to put out, and all of that stuff to keep our bodies healthy. And to make us as healthy as can be, as strong as can be in whatever state that we're in. Because things like this, like things like COVID, like the flu, those things do come along and it can knock you out. Or it can put you down and all of those things. So thinking about your health is something that you definitely must do. If nothing else, that is something that COVID taught us. And during that point in time, we didn't really have too much to do. I was at the home and I did the homeschool while the kids was on the virtual. So I had 24 daggone hours to focus on weight loss, eating right. And I was able
to sorry, but to your point of time, it's also the time to relearn if you stopped working out, like I think if you continued, you would know, and I stopped. So I'm speaking to myself as well. If you were one of those people, you continued to work out, then as your body evolved, you were evolving with it. You were noticing, okay, the squats I was doing, not doing this anymore. Okay, maybe I need to add another 10 pounds.
That plateau.
You were figuring that out. if you pause for like a year, 2 years, whatever, and then you try to get back, age has come. And that's for men and women. And I say that because y'all know him as a boyfriend. Well, he and I were having this conversation, and he was like, yo, trying to work out over 40 is not the same as it was working out in your 20s, 30s. Like I can do the same workout. It's not getting the same result. And that's for women as well. I first of all, I cannot do the same workouts that I did in my 20s.
Oh no, I would die.
I would die. My whole cardio.
Right, I'm about to say I wouldn't be able to breathe because this here girl, y'all don't understand. We would dance.
Yeah.
Sun up to sun up. Like that's who we were.
I got you a solid 10 minutes max, and then my heart is gonna now say, "You're done."
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not making it through nobody's hour class these days. That's not happening.
Like sit down, like girl, sit down. Matter of fact, if you twist too hard, you might throw that hip out.
But even if I was to do the same classes that I did then, there's no guarantee that it would do to my body what it did then. So it's again a time of taking the time to figure out what workouts, what exercises, what movements work for your body. Now, I know yoga helps me lengthen and stretch, like, and forever will. But I've learned that at this age, if I want to kick it back, one, I have to, and this is true, with one thing that will forever be for me is walking hills. Because I walked hills in Italy and I came back, I lost 5 pounds and I wasn't trying. So apparently hill walking, getting these quads and this booty moving, that's what I need. But for me to get the rest, I have to weight train. I never lifted a weight back in them days. My weight was body weight. I lifted body. But now for me to get that same whatever, I have to literally go and get weights to the gym and squat with weights and lift weights and do deadlifts and all this other. I'm like, I have to be in the gym. So I don't even think, I'm not even sure if doing what I did then would get me the result. I don't feel like it would get me the results I would be looking for.
I feel like it would take me longer. One, because I would have to get halfway back into the beginner stages of being able to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, once I got there, then I feel like I would definitely have to do some increasing in things. But it just would take, the process would be longer. And This is the thing. Sometimes we don't have it. Like, children are now back in school. Husband is now working 2 jobs. My job is now more demanding. Schedule is not, it's still flexible, but not as flexible and free flowing as the other was. And even with children getting older, it's funny because when you get children get older, certain things you can relinquish. Yes, but also there are certain other things that you pick up that you weren't thinking about when they was younger. Like when they were younger, the biggest of your concern was making sure that you had someone who was willing and able-bodied to take care of them, make sure they ate, make sure they washed their butt, make sure the house wasn't burned down, all that stuff. Now, where they should be, because teenagers, able to cook a decent meal, wash their butt, and clean up the house. Now you got to worry about the other things, the hormones, the sneaking, the opposite sex. But wait a minute, hold up. That's a different thing. So it's like you're trading one for the other. I mean, and again, this is my an experience, and thought process of mine. So I don't know about everybody else. And the other complexities of life, but with all that being said, all that stuff also adds to, whether it's stress relief, being present for them, meaning the others in your life. All of those things take time away. And which is why, like one of my favorite podcasters, I don't believe in balance. People used to ask me all the time, how do you balance it? I don't, because no matter what, where I am succeeding and thriving in this one area, I can guarantee you is another area you go, woo child, that's ghetto, that's stupid, that's ignorant. Now, you know better than that. But that's because you literally can't do everything.
Stress will cause you to gain weight or lose weight, depending on who you are. And
that's another, I hate that. I used to get stressed and lose all the weight in the world, girl. Like now it's completely the opposite. Girl, I blow like a goddamn hot balloon. Like
my Mine had two different. Now I have two different types of stress. I have the one stress where it's like, get me food, comfort food, and then I have the other type of stress where it's like, yo, I don't want to eat. Like I have certain, so it's not even a consistent like. It's not consistent. The only time I know I'm going to lose weight is if I get sick. And I know people jumped, I think, on Kim K some years ago because she said that on Twitter, like, well, at least I lost weight. And people like slams her for it. And I know we like everybody like to hate the Kardashians. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan.
No, not a fan either. But that is true.
But that's true. And I was
when
like,
I get sick, well, I'm about 5 pounds lighter.
She said it, I was like, all these chicks hating on her for what? Because let's not act like you haven't had the same thought. Because let me tell you, the minute I'm sick, I go, well, at least I'm gonna lose some. We'll see how much.
See how this. We will see how this goes. Is this good 5 pounds? I know, because you ain't been drinking or eating nothing but water and broth. Like, dude.
And is that healthy and sustainable? Absolutely not, and we acknowledge that. But what we are saying is, what I'm saying is, there are silver linings to everything. Y'all shouldn't have came at that chick. Y'all shouldn't have tried to cancel her for that because y'all do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I get sick, I'm like, well, at least I'm gonna lose some weight. Because I'm trying to stay positive in the negative. So don't, like, let's be serious. But it's not sustainable.
But if you honest, anybody with any type of common sense and knows what a sickness will do and what sometimes you have to do to recover, that is a thought. It might not be one of your happy thoughts, but you go, it might be some people like, dang, I got sick. I'm about to lose a whole bunch of weight. And then it'll be some people, woo, girl, I'm about to lose about 5 pounds. So it goes on both sides. I just need for us to be realistic about that. That's what I'm gonna say on that.
But stress, the point, to the point of the stress can do both things. It can make you gain weight or lose weight. And that's another thing to take into account. So you may be up in here, the gym every day, nutrition every day, calories, counting them on 1,000. Oh, what's that? That's 150. No, I can only have 125 calories. We're not doing it. You might be that person. But then guess what? Your son comes to you and is like, Mom, I failed my test. Your daughter comes to you, oh, Mom, my boyfriend cheated on me. And now she's throwing that stress that she has on you. He's throwing that stress he has on you. Your spouse comes to
each other, and now you got to deal with that because
your spouse comes to you, baby, I lost my job. They cutting my hours. I have to work more. So I'm not going to see you as much.
Or I want sex, I want sex, I want sex, I want sex, I want sex. Nigga.
Or that, whatever it may be. I don't want sex. I'm tired. Because that would be me. I would be mad. Okay, so whatever it is.
Whatever it's going from one extreme to the other, y'all. We just giving examples.
And what we're saying is, it depends on who you are. But again, while one woman may be like, oh, he don't want none. Great. One may be like, that's all he wants. Stress. Everybody's stress triggers, everybody's stuff triggers are different, but they can have the same impact. And we're talking from the losing weight side because that's who we are. But I know people, guys more than girls, but I knew a couple girls who struggle to gain weight.
Mm-hmm.
And so the same is still for them as well, who will go and they will try to weight train to bulk and it doesn't necessarily go that way. Or who they're like, man, I was good. I was great. And then, as she said earlier, I got sick and I lost all my weight that I managed to gain on. Or I got stressed and I lost it all because I lose weight when I'm stressed. Like, whether you're trying to gain or lose, there are things that we have to be aware of, especially as we get older.
Yeah. 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 And in this journey, like we say in all of them, we know it's ups and downs. And that's why we talking to you today, because I'm at a down. Okay. I know I'm at a down. And I know at some point I'm gonna be like, hurrah, yeah. And all you gotta do is, and I'm gonna be just as adamant as I am right now about this shit sucks. I'm gonna be on the other side, just as extreme, talking about, yeah, and you can do it. If I did, like, I get that. And it's not because, oh, she fickle. No, I'm human. And I experienced both sides of this thing. Like, I showed a young lady a picture of me when I was modeling, and she was like, Michelle, wait a minute. And I'm like, I said, now hold up. This was me 2 years ago. And she literally said, what's going on? And I was like, life. She was like, true. And that was it, because we all know, like we said, this is journey to fitness. You might not ever get to the goal of your
You
journey.
might never get to that top of the mountain ever.
You might get there and then fall all the way back down.
Listen, and to that point, I watched, but what's funny is mine would be the opposite, because I've showed people pictures of me back before 27, because that was the year. 2014 is when it happened. I remember the year very well. A lot of stuff happened in 14 that will never make me forget that year. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So before that, I know that was 6 months after my birthday. And that was when the whole thing happened, July to December. That was when the comment.
Because remember, your birthday is when I decided, oh, I cannot wear
the
crop tops anymore. I was like,
and my birthday was when the last time that I was skinny, because when I show people a picture from that birthday of me holding on to the not the pole, like the beam, the structural beam in Atlantic City in one of the hotels.
Same pole.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, that was you." Yeah, and then when I fast forward to like after at y'all wedding thing in the club, people like, "That's right," because as I call it, puberty part 2 hit. And then the ladies said hello, the booty said hello. And even our sister, who's like the big booty Judy, was literally sitting behind me. And she was like, "Who got that? Oh, that's you." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "I was about to say, who got this big ass that I can't see the TV?" And I'm like, "Damn, that's Siobhan." Because again, y'all, I had a little tutu. I had a tutu.
That's how she got her nickname.
I had a tutu. Okay, I guess they knew that I was gonna be New Booty, and that's why they gave me the name New Booty.
But we told her that. We told her that. I said, Siobhan, we told her she had that sneak up on you booty where it was like, but you got courage. I was like, watch. Her name New Booty, and they was like, oh, and that's when the song was like, "Hi."
That was 08 that I got that name, y'all. It took 6 years to kick in, but it kicked in, because in 14 it kicked in. And I went from a little tutu to a little you know what I'm saying? Like from the little train, the little caboose tutu to the ship, y'all. And I've been slim thick ever since. Okay. And I can't lose it. And that's the other part. We have to accept where our body go. And that, for example, we up, like, we over 35, y'all. We not necessarily gonna get the 20 body back. I don't want my 20 body back, but I look and I'm like, at 35, I'm not gonna get that. And I remember before my grandmother passed, God bless her, and she passed in 19. And like some point in 18, I was like, no, I'm in the gym. Not in the gym. Yeah, I'm in the gym. I'm working out. I'm eating better. And when I lose, I'm only really losing like my stomach, which is cool and all, but I'm not really losing. She was like, well, girl, you ain't gonna lose that butt. What you trying to lose, sweetie? And I was like, I just want to be like where I was. She's like, you ain't never gonna no. And then again, genetically, looking at my mother and my grandmother, I will never get small again. These things are not going anywhere. Y'all, I literally lose weight proportionally. I have not changed. I have been a triple D. Y'all heard me when I said it. I have been a triple D since 2015, end of 14. I've had this booty. My proportions do this, and they only go but so small before it's like, sit. That's your minimum. Sit down.
This genetic here thing.
Genetics.
It's so real.
Oh, really?
Because, and I always knew it because my dad would always say, I love y'all, but don't have no ugly ass I'm not gonna have no ugly ass grandbaby going behind me calling me granddaddy. I was like, oh, so, and this was from when we was like 7, 8.
Oh.
I've heard this my entire life. So I always knew genetics was a thing.
It is.
My daddy made sure we knew genetics is a thing. Case in point, when my sister was born 10 years after me, I was like, oh, genetics is really a thing, like for real. So knowing that, and looking at, like, I look at my mom's side, I look at my dad's side, I had always been shapely more so towards my father's side of the family versus my mom's. So I knew there was going to be something there. However, because I know who my mama is part of, I knew certain things weren't going to be an issue. But, and I do too, gain weight, which is why this grew when these grew. And this grew when that grew. Everything grew at the same time. I was just in denial for a long time. And like you said, I don't want to be back in my 20s. I'll take my early 30s, 32, 33. I was happy. I wasn't happy, but now looking back, I will be happy with that. And I was damn near there. So, and that's the other part. That's what I say, yo, up and down. At this, y'all won't. And I know because I am going to do my 10th anniversary is coming up, and I know what I want to wear. And as voluptuous as I am right now, I know that that dress is not made for the voluptuous size that is I right now. So, and because I want that dress, no one else can tell me no. No one can say I can't have it. I will have it made. Like, that's how serious I am about that particular dress. So because of that, I want to make sure I feel my best in that. So I know I'm going to be back on, you know what? I got to figure something else out. I'm already there halfway. However, this summer I've given up. That's how I feel right now. But,
I would say genetics, to the genetics point, it's funny because I will never forget Shaitan, and he been on here, y'all seen him.
y'all know.
Y'all know the crazy clown. I will never forget, we went to Comic-Con two years ago. I was around Halloween 2 years ago. I went as Jade from Mortal Kombat. For y'all that don't know, she ain't got money clothing. And I wore the Jade that cut down the middle where the boobs out and all that. Not the MK11 where she got clothes on, no. I did the what is that, 6, 5, 6, 7, one of those. And I remember he slid in my DM, my brother slid in my DM, which is fine. And he was like, demo, what? Where? And I just told him, I was like, I told you in middle school that this was going to happen eventually. And that's why I wasn't upset in 2014 when I turned 27. And I was like, because I looked at my genetics line, and like she says, if you really pay attention to your family, you knew that for my mom's side, all of the daughters go body shape after their mother. My cousin got her mother's body shape. I got my mother's body shape. And my grandmother's true body shape was more like my aunt, but then when she got on meds, it was more like my mom. And that my aunt was more bottom heavy, she was more pear shaped. My mom is more hourglass. So whether she thick, slim, thick, whatever, she is an hourglass. That is me. And I was just small growing up, but I always looked at my mom, and she was probably the size that I am now when she was about my age, in her 30s, early 40s, because she had me at 29. And I remember being like, okay. And dudes would be like, oh, you skinny. And I was just like, okay, because I know eventually. Now, when the eventually hit, I wasn't really ready for it mentally. But it was one of those, well, yep.
This is happening.
This happening. We here now. But that's I knew, like, even if I tried to lose weight, I'm only gonna lose but so much. And I slimmed down to the smallest I can get, and it's still, my goal would be 155. I think 160 is my realistic at this point, y'all. I'm just like 163 is my. I've hit 165, and I'm like, that's too much. But 163 is my ideal. But even with that, like, I'm about 165 right now, but I've been doing weight, like heavy weight, for a while. So I know muscle is heavy, like, and we have to understand that as well.
Yeah, you don't see all this muscle, it just jiggles.
But that was my thing to genetics. I just wanted to add that in.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, I think we pretty much had this same goal. Mine was 155, but realistically, I was good with 160 to 165, 167. I'm good in the 160s. I'm a 200er right now, and I don't like it. Yeah, I went from 201 down to 172. That was my lowest. Never really got to the 165. I don't know why I'm so itchy, y'all. But I was even happy at the 172. The 165 would have been like, oh, you can't tell me nothing, which is why probably God was like, okay. But that's definitely something that's definitely back in my foresight. And sometimes y'all on this journey, we have to do a reset. Like sometimes you have to give yourself a break. Give yourself a break, give yourself that grace, go back, regroup, like I said, rededicate, whatever you're gonna do, and still be realistic about things. That's the one thing I will say that I have learned about this journey to fitness is to continue to be realistic. Like even with the goals that you hear Siobhan and I having, for us, that is realistic. That and it's realistic because we're not saying, oh well, I'm trying to be one. Well, I'm not saying I'm trying to be 172, 130. Well, that's 130 would be right after I had my son. I don't even want to be that small. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying as far as being realistic, like I don't want to be 130 again.
No,
I couldn't get to 130 if I wanted to.
Period. I would have to get some
surgery. I would healthily be there.
And I would have to get some surgery to be back at 130. Period. I'ma just say that.
And 3 weeks after the surgery, I'm gonna eat and be fat again. So what the hell was the point? The money when I look at that bill and then I don't see it anymore. What was the point? What was the point? Okay, hello. Sorry, that's my rant for the day.
Okay. That's the only reason why I ain't go get the surgery. Because I was like, if I go get this surgery,
you're gonna be back.
I gain this weight back.
Hello. Okay.
I'll be upset at myself for wasting my hot darn money. And then I was thinking, when you wake up, you're gonna be in pain, you're gonna have to take medicine, I have to do all this other stuff, and you still gonna hurt. So if you're gonna hurt, then you might as well hurt regularly.
Right. Yeah.
But so y'all know we had that episode about plastic surgery. And we y'all might be like, y'all talked a whole bunch of shit. And I still stand by everything I said then. However, that does not mean that we have not had thoughts of what that would be, or what it's just that we're not gonna be extreme with, period. And then we're gonna be realistic about that too. I mean, I could go where they can suck this out and this out, cool. But how does that look afterwards? Like, how much work do I have to do to recover? Like, what that toning look like? Because your skin don't do an automatic snapback.
No.
My
thing, y'all. I guess my last point. This will be really what I got to say is to what she was saying earlier. As far as the journey, what I've learned, you gotta love yourself the whole journey. I went to the beach and we went to Ocean City like 2-3 weeks ago. And I had most of my swimsuits now are high waist or the monokinis. Okay. Because I like the short
high-waisted. Okay. That's how I live. I don't have I do, but I don't wear them. The husband bought them. I didn't buy them for myself. Bam.
That's who I am. But what I realized is, looking over and seeing the 20-year-old slim bodies like I used to have. And I was like, I had my time. And at the same point, but I'm still here at this beach. You know what a beach body is? My body on the beach. And okay.
This here roll, this here jiggle.
I'm still gonna enjoy myself. I'm still gonna enjoy my time. I'm still gonna be here at the beach.
Y'all gonna get all this cellulite on this butt cheek because it's real. You're gonna get all this stretch mark on this side because it's real.
So whether you have reached your goal and backslid, or you reaching towards your goal, love the journey. Love you throughout the journey.
Love and hate it, because I'm gonna be honest, I hate it right now.
Love and hate, but you still have to love you. Is what it is. Yes, you have to love you through the journey. You have to accept that every day is not going to be your best day. You might go to the gym and you were in there for 3 hours and you looked up like, oh, I did that. And the next day you might go and be like, yo, I did 45 minutes and I'm out. Okay.
First of all, next day you will go in there, you might look at the machine and be like,
it's just a stretch day. I just came to stretch.
I did a yoga class. Then this is my last point. I did a yoga class. And literally, by the middle of the yoga class, it's like, my dance instructor would kill me if she saw me right now. Girl, I couldn't. I was like, oh, this is stupid. Michelle, why did you do this to yourself? You set yourself up in front of your coworkers. But you know what? I looked behind me and beside me, and there was at least two other people that looked like they had that same thought process. So I was in good company. And that's all I'm saying. Look, y'all, this journey is literally, we will never stop saying it, just that there are hills, mountaintops, valley lows, straightaways, turns, dips, curls, curves, curbs, all up rocks, pebbles, stones, all that on this here road or on this here journey. So
but you're not the only person on that journey. To her point, you are in good company. Whether you see your company or you do not, y'all, we here. If you need to see company,
log on to YouTube and listen to this. Know that we right there beside
we your company. You are in good company. Okay.
Completely in good company. And even the situation part, and this is my last point, that can be a struggle. Stress is a trigger. It can be. And different, like she said, in many different ways for people. Self-love is the most important. And if you find yourself where you're not loving yourself, sit down and start asking yourself why, or what it is that you can make those do to that may be the smallest of change that'll get you to, before loving yourself, just liking yourself. Like, because the mental part of this journey is huge. It's tremendous. So we don't want to negate that while we murmur, complain, moan, groan, sometimes the word that rhymes with itch about it. But we can do it, y'all, and we will do it. And whatever we don't do, we're gonna love ourselves through it and be good at the end of the day. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will say,
you still didn't hear it? I don't know what to do.
cheers to that.
Cheers.
I don't know what's going on with her high-pitched thing. Yep, can't hear that.
I don't know. I guess my glasses just don't. Do you hear that? Oh, I guess, yeah.
I feel like the Verizon guy. Can you hear me now? No.
I don't know if I still have the. Hold on.
Oh Lord, what are you about to do? Can you hear me now?
Y'all, we could listen. Now that I know that I need to do this, I will just do this and have this ready every time. If I have to host, because apparently everybody else ain't drinking, so it's just up to me to do this.
Look, I'm trying. I'm still trying.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do this right here. Hold on, y'all. This how you know it's real in my stage. Okay.
Period.
No.
If y'all don't know nothing else about us by now, no, this be real life.
Don't know me by name.
With the randomness of the song. Okay. We will give you a song. Okay. Oh, I just got an idea for a fun show. What was that?
That was the wackest thing. What the hell?
Oh Lord. I just got an idea for a show. We're gonna have to find, I want to do ladies, because we have a game show that we do with the guys. So I want to do a game show with the ladies.
Y'all hear that?
No.
I really can't. I don't know what it is. It must be that octave. But y'all know.
We cannot. We can't.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I don't understand what is going on with
cling ching ching cling cling ching ching cling cling ching.
I don't know what's going on with
that. Okay, so my rhyme review, y'all.
Hold on.
Oh, you gonna make it happen?
I think I am.
Like, cause mine won't do it, so you might have to. That's the one I found first.
I was like, what is this?
That is terrible. We're gonna find one for like going forward, y'all. So we ready and queued up. Just download it. Anytime. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I hear nothing.
Oh wait.
That's not terrible, but okay. Cheers to that. We're gonna find a good one for the next time. So this Barefoot Riesling. So on the back it says, Barefoot Riesling is a lovely wine with tasty aromas and flavors of mandarin orange and tangerine, layered with luscious peach and juicy pear. Hints of jasmine and honey complement the sweet and refreshing finish. Barefoot Riesling is a perfect match with white cheeses, fruit appetizers, and spicy cuisine. I can see that because it's sweet. This has. I'm looking for the ABV, but I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. So I don't know what the ABV is on this thing.
Did you hear that?
I did. It still wasn't great. We have one that's good. I just gotta download it and I'll send it to you. I actually like this, but I think it's better cold. Like it doesn't do well at room temperature, and most sweet wines don't. I think if it were colder, it would have been better. It definitely does have a peachy and like orangey taste to it. It's very fruity. I won't say it's fruit forward. I've had more fruit forward wines, but it's pretty good. It is certainly sweet. I don't think I care as much for a sweet Riesling as I do like an off dry or a semi-sweet. I think I'm more a semi-sweet girl. I like being in the middle. It has a nice, clean, crisp smell to it. I think as far as acidity, like my mouth is kind of watering, but y'all, I did drink like half the bottle, so that's to be fair.
And there's that.
And there's, but this would be a good party wine, I think. As far as something like they say with appetizers or hors d'oeuvres, like it's not heavy. It's to me one step before Moscato. If you don't want something Moscato sweet with bubbles, get this. If you want something sweet without bubbles that's flat, I would get this instead of a Moscato. Because it gives me Moscato vibes without the fizzy.
Thoughtness.
Without the thought. No, drink. It's just the thought that's sitting down versus the thought on the dance floor.
Okay.
But this, I would throw this under thought juice. This is flat thought juice.
There you go.
Flat thought juice, right?
And
okay.
There you go.
And there you go. So I would give this, I would give this a 3.25. I can't give it a 3.5 because I think it would be better cold. But I'm really not a sweet girl. Like I like
yes,
my.
You are, Siobhan. Stop saying that.
I like my sweet red. I don't like my sweet white. Y'all can take. Y'all want to take what I said, but I said what I said. I like my whites a little more dry, a little more semi-sweet, a little more. So, yep. And there you have it.
Y'all, we have our moments. I'm sorry. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will say thank you for joining us on this other wonderful episode of A Little Something, the number 2 Wine About, with your hostesses, Michelle
and Siobhan Camille.
Oh, be sure to catch us each and every week on your lunch hour at 12 o'clock noon for more laughs, more fun, and of course, more wine. Remember, last Saturday of each month is our live wine out wine tasting, where you will see a whole line of craziness, and sips definitely get ultra real. So be sure to join us that's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are looking for us on any other day of the week, you can find us at ALS2WA. On Instagram, be sure to follow us there, subscribe, like, share, all the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna be able to do it in sign language at some point. I'm just not meant. Ooh, ALS2WA. A is up here.
A is up here.
Yes. So we're gonna be able to do, y'all. We be speaking languages. I used to know sign language on the low key for real. But you don't use it, you lose it. So y'all, until next time, until next week, toodles.